Secrets of Relaxation: How to Beat Stress and Reclaim Joy. If you're feeling fatigued, anxious, struggling with sleep, and experiencing constant tension, this video will help you find a solution and restore balance in your life. Have you ever felt like stress just won't let go? Like your brain is working at its limit and your body feels trapped in invisible chains? You wake up in the morning already exhausted, your head heavy, your thoughts scattered, and ahead of you, a new day full of tasks, meetings, and obligations. The modern world demands speed from us, always doing something, rushing somewhere, keeping everything under control. Work, family, household chores, news, social media. It seems like there's no time to relax. And then at night, you lie in bed, but instead of resting, your mind is filled with an endless to-do list. What you didn't finish, what needs to be done tomorrow, what you could have done better. Sound familiar? Stress is a natural reaction of the body. In critical situations, it helps us focus and mobilize our strength. But if stress becomes constant, the body starts to break down. First, minor issues: headaches, fatigue, muscle tension. Then, more serious problems: insomnia, irritability, difficulty concentrating, weakened immune system. And that's not all. Long-term stress affects even hormonal balance, causing spikes in cortisol, the very one called the stress hormone. When it stays high all the time, you feel anxious, can't relax, and become more vulnerable to illnesses. But the most important thing, stress steals our joy of life. You can achieve goals, reach success, but if you constantly feel tension inside, if there is no sense of peace, all of that stops bringing happiness. That's why learning to relax isn't just a nice bonus, it's a necessity. It's what allows us to stay energetic, productive, and simply happy. So how can you release tension? First, breathing. Take a deep breath, slow exhale. Repeat once more. Now imagine inhaling calmness and exhaling tension. Breathing is our most accessible tool for relaxation. It is always with us, and just by changing its rhythm, the brain receives the signal. Everything is fine, there is no danger. When we are nervous, our breathing becomes shallow and rapid. The body perceives this as a signal of alarm. But if you slow down your breathing, breathe deeper and calmer, the body will respond. Muscles will relax, pulse will slow down, and anxiety will begin to fade. There are many breathing techniques, but one of the simplest is the 4-7-8 method. Inhale for 4 counts, hold your breath for 7, exhale for 8. Repeat several times and you will feel the tension leaving. Second movement. Sitting for long periods at a computer or driving creates tension in the body that only increases stress. When you move, the body naturally reduces cortisol levels, the stress hormone. You don't need to go to the gym or run. Even a simple walk, light stretching, or dancing to your favorite music can relieve tension. Try it right now. Stretch up, roll your shoulders, rotate your head, make circular movements with your arms. Do you feel your body waking up? If you feel anxious or tired, just stand up and walk. Even a little activity will help you feel better. Third, mindfulness. Our brain often gets stuck in thoughts about the past or worries about the future, but stress is intensified not by events, but by our thoughts about them. That's why it's important to bring attention back to the present moment. Close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Feel the air entering and leaving your lungs. Notice the sensations in your body: warmth, lightness, tension. Listen to the sounds around you. Maybe you hear birds singing, street noise, the whisper of the wind. Focus on what is happening here and now. This is mindfulness, the ability to notice the moment you are in. It helps the brain switch out of anxiety mode. Try to make it a habit to notice what is happening right now. This will help reduce stress levels and live more calmly. But sometimes, even if you're doing everything right, breathing deeply, moving, practicing mindfulness, relaxing, still doesn't work. You lie down in bed, close your eyes, but sleep doesn't come. There is tension in your body, and anxious thoughts continue to spin in your head. Have you noticed how your muscles can tighten during such moments, or how an inexplicable irritability appears, even without a clear reason? This could be a sign that the body is lacking one important element. Magnesium is a true anti-stress mineral. It is responsible for muscle relaxation, nerve function, and even sleep quality. When we experience stress, the body consumes magnesium in large quantities, and if these reserves are not replenished over time, a deficiency arises. What are the symptoms of magnesium deficiency? First, it's constant tension in the body. You may not be aware of it, but your muscles are constantly slightly contracted, especially in the neck, shoulders, and back. Second, irritability. When magnesium levels drop, the nervous system becomes more sensitive, and even small things can make you angry. Third, sleep problems. Without enough magnesium, the brain has a harder time switching into rest mode. Falling asleep is difficult, and the sleep becomes shallow and restless. Magnesium deficiency can also cause fatigue, headaches, blood pressure fluctuations, and leg cramps. If you notice several of these symptoms, it's possible that your body simply doesn't have the resources to cope with stress. In this case, a good solution may be the Magnesium plus B6 complex. When stress becomes constant, the body begins to work on overload. You may try to rest, exercise, eat well, but if the body lacks essential elements, recovery will be difficult. Magnesium is one of the most important minerals for our health, especially in stressful conditions. It participates in over 300 biochemical processes in the body, regulating the nervous system, muscles, and heart. When we experience stress, magnesium levels in the body drop quickly. The nervous system is constantly tense, muscles are contracted, the heart beats faster, the body is in emergency mode. If magnesium deficiency persists, stress becomes chronic, leading to constant fatigue, irritability, sleep problems, and concentration issues. How does magnesium help the body cope with stress? First of all, it relaxes the muscles. If you've noticed that after a hard day, you feel tension in your back, neck, or shoulders, this may be related to magnesium deficiency. It helps muscles relax, reducing the risk of cramps, spasms, and pain. Magnesium also supports heart and vascular health. When we are nervous, blood pressure can rise, blood vessels constrict, and heart rate speeds up. Magnesium helps normalize blood pressure and reduces the risk of vessel spasms, improving circulation. This is especially important for people who frequently experience stress or suffer from blood pressure fluctuations. Furthermore, magnesium regulates heart rhythm by maintaining the electrolyte balance in the heart muscle. This helps the heart work in a stable, calm mode, even in stressful moments. And finally, magnesium has a natural pain-relieving effect. It helps reduce inflammatory processes, alleviating pain in muscles and joints. This is especially helpful for those who suffer from headaches, migraines, or back pain caused by stress. But magnesium alone is not always absorbed as efficiently as we would like. That's why in the Magnesium plus B6 complex, it's combined with vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 improves magnesium absorption, enhances its effect, and additionally supports the nervous system. This combination helps the body not just fight stress, but recover faster. When magnesium levels are normal, the nervous system works steadily. Muscles are relaxed, the heart beats steadily, and you feel calmer and more energetic. It's not just a way to relieve tension, but a full support system for the body, helping it cope with the demands of modern life. Of course, no supplement can replace full rest, exercise, and self-care. It's impossible to feel relaxed and calm if you're constantly in a state of overload. But what if, even after a weekend, you still feel tired? What if the tension doesn't go away and anxiety has become something habitual? Perhaps your body simply lacks the resources to cope with stress. We often forget that stress is not just an emotional state. It's a biochemical process involving the whole body. When you worry or stress, your nervous system operates in overdrive. The body depletes its magnesium, B amino acids, all the necessary elements for proper brain and nerve function. And if these resources are not replenished, over time, anxiety and tension build up. How to tell if your body lacks the strength to cope with stress? You're constantly overwhelmed by the feeling of fatigue, not just mild sleepiness, but a state where, even after sleep or rest, you don't feel refreshed. Constant nervousness. You might be irritated by noise, bright lights, loud voices, everything that used to seem normal. And all of this is accompanied by muscle tension, the feeling that you're always tense, especially in the neck, back, and shoulders. Add to this frequent headaches, restless sleep, anxious thoughts, and the picture becomes clear. The body lacks resources. And here, it's important not just to continue living at the same pace, but to support yourself in time. Relaxation is not a luxury, but a necessity. It's an investment in your health, well-being, and quality of life. Give yourself the opportunity to relax.